So here we are, Torrier Post Buildings. We're going to install our upper Z-bars above the window. So first of all, we have our windows installed, we have our metal installed. So much of installing Z-bar is where these ribs end up. So in this case, we have a rib right next to it. In order to get to the edge of this guy with our Z-bar, we're going to have to cut into this rib. So once you cut into a rib, it forces you to go through the rib, and so our Z-bar will need to end up over here. In order to make them both the same, we're going to come out as well on this side. On this window, we have a rib right next to it, but it's not into this Z-bar because we need to bring our Z-bar flush to the edge of this J channel. So we're not going to hit this rib, and we can be very careful, and we can make both sides the same. This one is a good one as well. We can make both sides the same, flush with the edge of the J channel. This side, we could do it on this side, but then this side here is into the rib, so we're going to make them both the same. It'll be symmetrical. That window will be passed, and this window will be passed. Some people want all their windows the same. It's all preference. It doesn't really matter. You have to make them leak-proof. That's what really matters. For starters, when I install my metal, I keep all these screws here out until I get my Z-bar in. It just helps me slide it in easily. So I'll show you how to make this slice. This is very, very important. Whenever we have a rib, this forces us to slice down here in order to keep the Z-bar down low where we want it. We want the Z-bar low and the slice high. So I'll start. Angle iron this is really nice. You can use the tin snips just fine, but this kind of gives a little slot, and then you don't have to slit a piece out. I keep it just a little bit high because I'm not going to do my Z-bar all the way down against the bottom. This first cut is entirely for where the Z-bar sits. The next cut is for the kind of the rain deflector here. Come right up to the edge, and then this one, that's where the bottom of the Z-bar will sit. And then this next cut will be where you want. This is what keeps the rain from wicking off before it goes down into this cut. So we'll go past that an inch, and then break this tab off. So I've gone past the J channel like to 1 3/4 inches. So I want to do the same on this other side. And you don't have to make them exact, but it's all about the visual. So I'm going to come up to the edge of this deviation here. So that's all I need on this guy. Boom, Z-bar slides up underneath there. Next step is getting your measurement. I always get these after I've made the cut. Make them exact, and then you can hit it into the corner a little bit. So I've got 41 inches for that Z-bar. So I got my Z-bar cut and my J channel cut, 41 inches. I like to make a little taper there. It helps you get it in. It's important that you keep that up a little bit because that's your rain flashing right there. So you don't want it to come all the way down here, then you're going to get rain behind that cut. Up the ladder, this is the most difficult thing for most people. It's just kind of a matter of doing it. For me, I always keep this 1 inch or 1 1/4 inches above the window, and that really helps us keep that as high as you possibly can afford. I think you could even do more technically, but you'll see here how hard this is to do. If you really struggle to do it, which that goes in really easy. If you have all your screws, it goes in super easy. Yeah, just like that. But if you really struggle, you can put a screw halfway in, and that helps to pull on the metal if you can't reach it. See how you're nice and tight over here. You'll make sure your J channel and Z-bar are still lined up. bring this down. I'm actually just a little high with that cut there. Bring this down as low as you can. Install a screw, trying to hold it. Come to the other side. And you kind of want to level this with the window itself. But see how this here cut is going up in there, and you don't want it, you want this cut as high as you can. You don't want it down there in that groove, because that's where all your water's running out. And so if that cut is down here at the angle of where the Z-bar and J-channel bend, you're gonna just run water into this crack. But because you're keeping this cut up nice and high, at least a 1/4 inch. I like to do a 1/2 inch or 3/4 inch. The more you give it, the better seal you're gonna have. And you can think around with it a little bit, make it where you like it. The grinder works really well because it gives you a little bit of a groove instead of just a slit, and it helps to slide in there so much easier. And then the last thing I like to do is put a little angle on these guys here. It really helps to trim it out a bit. Boom, boom. Off to the next one.